Okay, so I am currently filming in my garage, and that's partly because I finally got this loom that has been lying dormant in our garage finally up and running, and I'm really excited to show it to you. So here she is in all of her glory. This is by far the biggest loom I currently own, and she doesn't actually belong to me. She belongs to a friend of my mom's who used to be an avid weaver, had a really large house, and unfortunately had to move out of that house. So she said that we could store the loom for her. And we've had it for quite some time, and since I have extra time on my hands, I've finally been able to get this beauty up and running. So kind of show you what she is. She's a 8 harness floor loom, 48 inches. She comes with a variety of various reeds, which is wonderful. Currently I have the 10 dent reed on there, which will work great for the project that her maiden voyage project with, at least with me. There was some hiccups in getting her up and running, partly because where she ended up coming to our house, but all of her hardware kind of went by the wayside. We don't know where it went, so I kind of had to do some jerry rigging in order to get her back into functioning forms. There's still some pieces that she's missing, but I still think that we should be able to weave on her with no problems. One of those things where I had to make these metal bracket plates because these went missing. I don't know where they went. They're probably in the box with all the other hardware. So I ended up using a fencing placket and a metal drill bit to make the holes. And this is actually a little bit too wide, but nicely enough, nothing actually gets in the way, and it does what it's supposed to do, which is to hold the cloth bar down. The other things were a bunch of the bolts were missing for like the beater bar, as well as the bolts on this side here. This bolt was missing. Fortunately enough, I was able to find bolts long enough that these are now replaced. So these go all the way through the way they're supposed to, which was very fortunate that I was able to find those. There's other little things that are missing, like the crank bar. That when I first was putting her back together, I was like, oh no, I don't have a crank bar. This just isn't gonna work. I should just stop and be all sad. But no, I should not, because I happen to find a wrench that fits, well, the other side does. It fits right on there and works perfectly to advance the warp. So fingers crossed, this should work. I'm only going to put a small warp on her to start, just to see how things are going. It's only going to use four of the reeds, partly because I'm used to weaving with 4. Not to say that I can't weave with 8, but we're just going to quick throw a easy scarf pattern onto her and see how she rows. The other thing that is missing, that luckily I have a loom that has a similar tie-up structure to this loom, so I'm able to kind of borrow the tie-ups from my Maycomber loom downstairs for this. And since I really only should weave on one loom at a time, this should work. So I'm really excited. I'll be showing you guys how this project goes and see the maiden voyage of my largest loom. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see me warp this girl up, please subscribe. Part 2 should be coming out shortly.